Welcome, everybody, back to the Hunting Unlimited 1 playthrough. It is your boy Dell Jr. 4800 here, and like I said, we're finishing off Whitetail Deer today. We're doing the Master Campaign. We have went through every other campaign series, all of them, and today we're doing the Master Campaign. The toughest missions on the Whitetail branch. Toughest missions on any of the animals you see on screen. The very first one is called Unicorn, and this is a pretty simple mission, pretty straightforward. They tell you where the deer is, go to the northwest, he's at a watering hole, and he only has one antler. The other one's gone, it broke off in a fight. So he's not impressively huge, he only just has one antler. It's a special animal. Now, I will go ahead and tell you this. There was a lot of content cut out of this video. You'll notice that there are some edits in this video. Some of them, have some transitions and such, and that's because I tried my hand at trying to cut down how much content was in the video. I have been uploading like 2 hour long videos, and this one, I think, with the raw footage, was over an hour and 30 minutes. It was a very, very long video. And because I don't want you guys sitting through all of that, I ended up cutting some of it out. There were some failed attempts in this, especially the last one. That one mission took over an hour to do, and that's because I had no idea where the animal was. Another thing you'll notice is the game audio is funky. Very funky. See, there's the deer there. You won't actually hear any of the gun sounds or any of the calls. You hear some environment sounds, but that's it. Now, I will go ahead and tell you this now, and, well, actually, I'll just let you watch this. You tell me if this shot was good or it was bad. Watch this. Non-lethal hit with the crosshair on its chest. Yeah, safe to say that this was a failed attempt. I did end up going after the deer, but unfortunately never managed to get a second shot off. This is the second attempt. I decided to not go risk a long shot, and I just got down on my belly and I crawled to the deer. But look, he only has one antler, and you can actually see the little tip of the other one, how it's broke off. This was a good shot, though. Clean shot, right through the heart. Clean kill. Pretty simple, straightforward master campaign mission. Still pretty fun. There's a bunch of deer actually walking around in this mission, but you're only really after this one deer, and I think he's the only buck in the entire level. Still a cool deer. The game rarely ever has stuff like this, random special animals that you can kill. So the fact that he only had one antler is actually pretty interesting. I think white-tailed deer are the only ones that actually only have one antler. I did linger on this cutscene for a little while. I did get up and use the bathroom, I think, right then. But the next mission is TikTok. Now, no, not the app. This is like a clock. This mission is not difficult, but it can be tedious because of the amount of deer that's in this area. So you're in Arizona, in the high desert, and you're hunting basically in the evening, the late evening. There's a bunch of deer in the area, mule deer, whitetails, etc. And you're after a huge 6x6 white-tailed deer. And as you can see, you can't, well, I mean, I guess you really can't see, can you? It's very dark. You can't see very far. You could probably guess you could probably see about 50 yards in front of you, but that's about it. There's white-tailed deer in the area and there's mule deer in the area, like I said, but you're only after one deer. Now there is a fawn and a doe in front of me here. This mission almost, I think, took the whole time limit of 15 minutes. And I am not lying when I say that. It took a long time to find this deer. But that is just down to you have to be slow. You have to be patient and you can't rush it. You have to just inch around and really look at your surroundings. Now he is to my southwest. I think his spawn point is to the southwest. If I'll turn and look, yeah, you see all those trees and the hill over there. That is where he spawns. But I have to maneuver my way around the doe and the fawn so I don't spook the deer. Any animal you spook in this level spooks all of them. Mule deer, whitetail, anything. It spooks all of them. And you can fail the mission if you do that. It will reset you. And I actually don't remember how long this clip was. Nothing really happens in this. I'm usually just calling just to see if I can get a response. And I do get the does to respond, but I don't think I actually ever got him, the buck, to respond. But like I said, this mission took the entire time limit. And yeah, here we go. There's the transition. Like, see, well, not really, 7 minutes. But I'm sneaking around and I'm on the hillside and there he is. And I take a quick shot because he's pretty close. I don't want him to run away. Do a little jump for joy there. I got him though. And he's a good deer, really pretty deer. And I don't know how that's a spine shot. Looks just more like a upper lung hit, but he's a pretty deer. I'll give him that. Got a good set of horns on him. But yeah, I don't know how that's a spine shot. It looks more like a shoulder or a lung shot to me, but oh well. Now this mission here is one of my favorites because the deer you kill in this is, like it says in the description, a massive non-typical. But this mission, if you don't know where the deer is, you die. Like literally. There's bears running all over this level. And I think this one and Cabin Fever are complete playthrough, so there's going to be no editing for these. They're played straight through because usually, if you know where the deer is, it's a pretty short mission. Now to my right, across the river and up the hill, a bear spawns there. To my left and over the hill, a bear spawns there. A bear spawns just to the northwest and just to the north. There's a lot of bears in this level, and the reason why that is because of the scenario says that there's a big drought going on, and that has the bears a little on edge. They're more willing to chase you, more willing to attack you, and such. So you have to take this extremely slow. You can't really, I mean, I'm walking around right now because I know that the bears can't spook or run at me from where I'm at. But if you notice, I am looking around quite a bit. And a part of that reason is I'm using that to my advantage. The audio in the game is 3D. I have it to where it's 3D, so when I look in a certain direction, I can hear stuff. Look at another direction, I can hear stuff. And I'm just kind of keeping my ears like a radar dish, just looking around, hearing what's around me, and making sure that I'm not spooking anything. Now, the deer is actually, if you see where the waterfall is, he's just to the right. That's where he typically spawns. So I'm just easing my way there, not rushing it, just little by little, taking some steps. And I believe I actually start calling here to try and get him to come to the river to get a clean shot. You see, I'm hitting the rattling antlers, and of course, I know you guys can't hear it, which sucks, but I don't know why the game audio recorded like this. Because I could hear everything, but when I went back and was editing it, I could not hear the game audio at all. I don't know why that was. I have no idea, but I promise that won't happen again. Maybe it's because I was recording through the Xbox Game Capture, but I have done that in the past. I have a few NASCAR Racing 2003 season videos on my laptop, and the game audio sounds fine. So I don't know why the game audio came out like this, but I don't know. Maybe I might have to go back to recording with Twitch Studio rather than trying to do anything with the game capture. And as you can see in the tree right there, you can actually see him walking. So I don't see him quite yet, but I'm just looking around, making sure I'm not spooking anything, and there he is. And check that out. What a gorgeous deer. And take a clean shot right through the lung with a 308 Winchester. And there we go. Mission done. Now, I do run right here because that gunshot will alert a lot of the bears in the area, and I do not want them running after me right now, so I'm just going to run straight to the deer, claim it, and get the heck out of here. But what a deer. Check him out. A gorgeous non-typical whitetail. They don't always grow like that, but when they do, man, it's special. Beautiful deer. Now, Cabin Fever is a much shorter mission. It's foggy in this level, which causes a lot of your sight to be impaired. Of course, being that it is fog. But there is no like really trophy whitetails in this, or at least I don't think there is. I think this mission is just to fill a tag. That's all you're going to try and do is fill a tag. So you start in the cabin right here, and this is actually in British Columbia. I don't think we have been in this level yet, or this map yet. We've been to Texas, we've been to Arizona, but we haven't been to BC yet. Once we do the muley missions and the elk and the moose missions, you kind of spend your time, a lot of time in BC and Arizona and Colorado. And then, of course, in the bear missions, you're actually in Alaska. Spoilers for that, for all those other playthroughs. But for if you're wondering why I'm looking around a lot in this level, there's no dangerous animals. I think there might be moose in this level, but that's really it. And for whatever reason, I can hear things walking around me. I don't know exactly why I can hear it, but I can. And it's really like putting me on edge because I know there's moose in this level, and the bulls will actually charge you. You'll find out in the moose playthrough that there actually is a campaign missions that is literally just getting chased by moose, and it is terrifying because those suckers will just dodge and weave, and when you have to shoot them with a rifle, it is scary because you miss one shot and that might be it for you. But you see, I'm going towards this stand here, and you guys, you see up on the hill that there is whitetail up on the hill, and I'm gonna get in the stand, and just so that they don't see me as good, and take the shot from there. I have the 30-30 lever action rifle, so they have to be fairly close for the iron sights. So I climb up in the tree and I start calling. Now I can still hear a lot of footsteps around me, and I don't know if it's the deer up on the hill, it's deer that are just around in the area, or if it's moose or something like that. But I can still hear it. That's why I'm like looking away, looking at the tree, because I can hear all of it. You see that I'm like literally I can hear stuff that sounds like it's behind me because when I look forward, I hear it behind me, and when I looked behind me, it's like right there in front of me, but I don't see anything. So I don't know if it's just like an audio glitch or something like that, and you can actually see the deer is actually coming my way. So I'm thinking, okay, if this deer gets any closer, he's going to be the one that I take. And sure enough, he's coming closer. So I end up pulling the rifle out and shooting the deer because, yeah, he's presenting a shot. Why not take it? And it's a perfect shot right through the lung, clean kill. And at first, I was a little nervous to climb down because I don't know what's around me. Like I said, I know there's moose in the level and I know they can charge you, but I didn't know if they were like how close they were to me. But it was a clean kill. Nice little 8-pointer. Bag him. Let's get out of there. Again, not a very impressive deer, but for a tag filling mission, not bad. Now, I will say this. This mission alone took 46 minutes. And I will tell you right now that this mission, if you play the game, this mission will give you a lot of headache because the deer spawns nowhere near you. You have to actually go out and find the deer. He's huge and he's smart. So calls are not he's not real affected by the calls all that well. You have to be kind of creative with how you use them. This mission alone took a lot of attempts. Like, see, I cut out a lot of this. So I had already made attempt number 1, attempt number 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th attempt, I ended up finding the deer. This is the attempt number 5. So I'm walking through, and you can see there's this like creek bed area here, because I'm just walking around and I'm trying to find the deer. I know where some of the deer are. I did find a few deer like just walking around, but they were does and smaller bucks. Not what I'm after. So I'm like walking around, I'm trying to find this deer, and I'm like, man, where is it? I know it's in the level. And when I come over this little creek and come over this little embankment here, this is what I see. There he is, just sitting there. And of course, I pull the binoculars out just to get a good look at him. And yep, that's definitely him. That's definitely the non-typical buck I'm after. So I end up using a few of the calls just to bring him in a little bit closer. Now, you might be thinking, this is the end of the video right here. But when you look at the video length, you still got a little bit to go. And you're fitting to find out why I hate the bow hunting in this game. You're fitting to find out why. Because this right here almost made me quit. Like, just quit playing the game for the day. So he's coming up over the hill. I've hit the call a few times. He's coming straight to me. I back up a little bit just so he doesn't spook off, and I want a clean shot. I want to hit him right in the lung or the heart. Hit the call a few more times just to see if he'll stop. He's not, and what? What did the arrow hit? I don't know. I don't see the arrow at all. And I'm like, well, okay, that's stupid. So I hit retry just to get it one more attempt. I know where he spawns. I know what I need to do. So I go ahead and I book it over there. Hit some cover scent because obviously the wind, although it's in my favor, I just don't want to risk spooking him. So I run all the way over there pretty much until I get to the hill where the trees are on the trees on the hill above the creek bed. That's where I stop running and I start taking it slow. This this mission, I mean, this is the only mission, I believe, with the bow for the whitetails, the only master campaign mission. And I'm not lying when I say this. It took me 46 minutes to beat this mission. 46 minutes. That's not. I wish I was lying, but I'm not, and that's the sad part. So obviously I'm running over to the creek bed to try and finish this mission off. That way we can move on to mule deer because after this mission we're done with whitetail. We're gonna go straight to mule deer, and I believe the first two missions that we'll do, or the first two campaign missions or campaign scenarios we'll do for mule deer is Muley Madness and I think it's called Hunting with a Bow. I'm not entirely sure. But for mule deer, that will be our first two missions whenever I get around to recording that mission set. So I've went ahead and slowed down just in case, because I know where generally he spawns, but I don't know if he spawns closer to the creek bed or further into the creek bed, because the deer do wander around a little bit, and their spawn locations aren't um, set in stone. So sometimes like they'll spawn a little further away from you or a little bit closer or their spawns are randomized every time you load up, but you know generally where their location is. You can see I'm just slowly walking, just not rushing anything, just kind of easing my way into the brush. There's the creek bed there. And I'm just going to ease over to the deer. That's all I'm going to do. And this should be easy because I know where the deer spawns and everything, but because of how smart the deer is, I have to be creative with how I call him to me. I could just sneak up to him and shoot him, but I mean, they gave me rattling antlers and they gave me a grunt call. I'm gonna use that, and I think actually in this mission you get a bonus for using the items. So using cover scent, using the rattling antlers, using the grunt call, you get bonus points for it. It's not much, but it is a little bit. You can see I'm sneaking through the bushes here, just taking it really, really slow. I know he's over there. You can't hear him, but when I was playing this and I hit the grunt call, I did hear him, so I know he's still over here. So I come through the bush right here, and yep, right there, you see the antlers. So I just sneak back over here, And then I hit the rattling antlers, hit the grunt call, just to keep his attention. Sneak behind this bush, that way I can just get a little bit closer. And when he gets into the creek bed and he's close enough, I'm going to take the shot. He's coming straight to me. He's totally interested. I scoot over just a little bit to have a little bit better chance at hitting a vital. Pull the bow back. Waiting. I'm waiting. And got him. Lung shot. Perfect. He runs away, obviously. I mean, it is a bow and arrow. It's not a rifle, so I didn't expect him to drop so quick. Or drop quick, like drop dead in his tracks. But this mission's pretty much over. It's a lung shot. It's a perfect hit. He's going to die. And, I'm just kind of milking the moment. I guess I was like happy or like excited because of the fact that this whole section is over. The whitetail section's over. I don't have to play the whitetail section anymore. So I just ease through the bushes, looking for him, and sure enough, I don't see him through the bushes here, but I'm sure the eagle-eyed viewers can, and I do now, the modern me. This is sort of post-commentary kind of deal here. I played this a couple days ago, and I'm recording it now here on Sunday, and bam, there he is. Finally. And, I mean, he's not as big as the other one from High Country Drought, but come on. He's a non-typical. What's not to love? Beautiful shot, right through the chest. And that is whitetails done. So obviously it sends me straight to mule deer. But whitetail primer, culling all deer, stalking, every mission is complete. Even the hard ones. They're all done. I don't have to worry about doing whitetails anymore. So for mule deer, I do go back to it. So it is hunting with a bow. So the next episode will be Muley Madness and hunting with a bow. I do have another account that I play on to kind of get a feel for the missions. So I'll probably play that in a separate playthrough. But that is it for this video, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. This was fun to make. I will see you all later.